Welcome to the Happy Imbecile. Doing a new video today. Happy to be here. Topic today that I wanted to talk about is more in terms of middle management and employee retention. The reason why I wanted to approach this topic was a conversation I had with a friend of mine today, just talking about middle management, and he was expressing how he felt about his managers the first time he's ever worked with quote unquote middle management in his line of work. And he expressed frustration in the way he was being managed. One thing that he mentioned that I found interesting, that he brought up the manager's lack of expertise in the tasks that the worker was doing. I thought that was interesting because, and in our conversation, I kind of mentioned it, that I didn't feel that was the problem. The main problem being is most likely that person does not know how to manage people. That kind of encapsulates not just this video, a few videos that I know I'm going to do in the future on this topic. Reason being, can spend hours and hours talking about how to manage people. But the point, I think the overarching point I want to make in these videos is that the importance of middle management. And what I mean by that is not that a company should have these type of managers. However, when trained properly on how to manage people, these ones can be great assets to your company. I am a firm believer that the best asset in your company is your front line. Without your front line, you don't have a company. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to move forward. It's just going to be there. You can try to automate things, and if you're successful in doing that, then great. That's a great way to save money. It's a great way to increase your profit, etc., etc. However, where we are now, frontline employees is still necessary to run many businesses. The problem is, for a lot of these companies, is employee dissatisfaction, turnover rate, trying to get the most out of your employees and getting the bare minimum, etc., etc. All of that is, in my opinion anyway, directly related to the relationship the middle management has with those employees. People say, and we've heard this saying a million times, that an employee leaves a manager, not a job. And who is that manager? Most of the time, it's middle management, right? So here's something to think about. It's something that has been percolating in the back of my mind for years. Most middle management, and I'm probably going to stop using the word middle management. We all know what we're talking about. I'm not talking about CEOs. I'm talking about team leaders, supervisors, managers, and to some level directors. And most of these ones are promoted from within. And the reason why they're promoted to that position is because they are very good. They have great skill in the tasks that they're doing. For example, we'll use the call center industry as a perfect example. You'll have a call center agent that across the board is your top performer, meets the stats the way you want them to. On top of that, they're on time. They always show up to work. They have good work ethics. That's the word I'm looking for. These ones have good work ethics. So what do? You talk to them and you offer them a position, or they're the ones that will apply because they want to progress within the company. They will apply to a team leader or supervisor or whatever position. They want to move up. Now, they get the job. However, that skill that they've acquired, especially the technical skill in the whatever task that they were doing. So we were talking about call centers. So those objectives that they were meeting across the board will help when it comes to managing other people, but it's only a very small percentage that will allow them to manage a team properly. Some of those soft skills we talked about earlier definitely will help, but that's about it. Everything else I don't want to say it's useless because it is useful in helping to manage a team, but that's not the point. That's not their raison d'etre, as the expression would go. Their job is to manage a team. And therein lies the problems. You have so many people that are meant to lead, to coach, to manage, whatever term you want to use. They are put in that position to do something with a team and they do not have the skills to do it. So, where's the question begs, where do they get those skills? That's the job of the employer to provide those skills. Or the middle management that's already in place, that already has those skills, can start training them on that so that they will be better equipped to manage a team. However, this is something that doesn't happen very often, which is why you have so many situations, and we've heard it so many times, where people talk about their boss, their manager, is being horrible. Hence the reason why they want to leave. So in quite a few videos, I don't want to say quite a few videos. So in a few videos, that's something that I definitely would like to talk about. Some of the skills that middle management need in order to increase productivity, increase retention, employee engagement. One thing I want to point out, though, we're in 2024, going into 2025. I'm not going to lie. You can probably tell by the gray hairs on my face. I'm a Gen Xer. I saw a TED Talk that really spoke to me. And the reason why I say that TED Talk really spoke to me is because they mentioned a lot of things that I actually have been thinking about for years. And I was like, yeah, I agree. So, sometimes we have our own beliefs. So I accuse my wife of this. She watches videos that are in line with what she believes in. So this is one of those for me. Like when I watched it, I was like, yeah, I know, I agree with everything she says. Now, if I can remember the video and find it, I will leave the link in the description. However, one of the points this woman spoke to was the fact that our generation, who's in a lot of management positions now, even though we're not boomers, we still have the boomer mentality. And I thought that was very interesting because I look at the millennials and the younger ones. They don't have that mentality. They were raised different. Let's just be honest. So when they come to the office, when they come to work, wherever they were, there's a different mentality that they're going for. And I've heard people in my age bracket complain about, for example, these ones not going above and beyond for their job. And quite honestly, why would they? Let's really, I don't want to spend too much time. This is probably another video, but it's just something that I was thinking about when making this video. Is that's one of the problems with middle management and employee engagement, is that they're expecting their employees to go above and beyond without giving them a reason to do so. Why not start at just saying thank you for doing what they're already doing? Just as long as they're meeting objective, meeting your expectations, this mentality, this concept, I've heard so many people say this. Well, they're paid to do that. Yes, they are. But there are a lot of people not doing what they are paid to do. So the ones that are paid are doing what they're actually paid to do. There's nothing wrong with saying thank you. There's nothing wrong with saying a good job, because if it is a good job, why wouldn't you say it? There's this mentality that I will not commend somebody on doing something that they're supposed to do. Well, you know what? This younger generation has been schooled and received rewards at school for just participating. I remember when I was younger, In Canada, we had participation. So you had the excellent, which was red, then you had the gold, the silver, the bronze, and then you did get a medal for participation. But that usually meant that you couldn't even get bronze. However, it's a whole new generation. This generation would get excellence just for participating. What we considered participating, they would get that red medallion. That's what they grew up to. So it's not now that they're in the workforce as a manager, you're going to try to scale back and rethink a whole generation. It's too late for that. So um, I understand that these young ones, don't think that way anymore. And it's a whole new generation. It's too late to change that. And I should stop calling them kids because a lot of them are in their 30s. They're grown people, they're adults. So the point I'm trying to make is if you're watching this and you're one of those Gen Xers or older, or maybe even older millennials, and you still have this old boomer mentality of how things are supposed to go at the workplace, you're going to need to let that go. Well, you can keep it going, but don't wonder why the company is losing so much money on turnover. Don't wonder why you cannot get your staff to engage. Don't wonder why that they're leaving their jobs. And that's something that, again, for me, blows my mind. These young ones, they don't play. And what I mean by that, they are perfectly willing, knowing they have rent, they have bills, they have XYZ to pay. If they are not happy, a lot of them are willing to bounce and say, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Why? Because my manager is horrible, because it's a toxic work environment, because etc., 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 etc. They will leave. And people say, well, it's an employer's market right now because a lot of people are looking for jobs. Yeah, you know who's looking for a job? Us. These ones, they'll leave. But they're not going to stick around just because you do not know how to manage them. And that's, I guess, the point of this video. So there'll be more videos to talk about how we can be better managers, how we can help these ones themselves become better managers to help the company, whatever company organization you're working for, to move forward efficiently and to make money at the end. That's the whole point, right? Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Apparently that's very important to help my channel grow. So please do so. Or I was just thinking about this. If you like this video or you know somebody that might be interested in this video, send it to them. Let them watch it. They can decide if they want to like and subscribe. And feel free to comment your thoughts, your views. If anything I said is out of pocket, please let me know. And I will talk to you later.